Hey y'all, I am doing an update. I don't remember where I left off. Just know that wherever I left off at, ain't nothing changed. I'm 17 weeks. I do know the gender. I did a unity test and I do know the gender, but we're doing a gender reveal for the family and that'll be included somewhere in one of these vlogs that I do. Every one of the genetic testing tests that they put in there was low risk. I'm doing the spina bifida test when I go back for my 20 weeks. Let's get into the nitty gritty. 17 weeks, right? I think I started having nausea around week 6 or 7, and I've been going through the ringer with the VA and my GYN about, I don't know whose fault it was, and then we had the government shutdown. I have no idea. But it was this whole big old hassle about getting me a Zofran pump, which I finally got. I got it on the 14th. Through a company named Soleo Health. Soleo received the prescription on the 14th, filled and delivered medication on the 14th. However, I was not able to get a nurse to come to my home until the 15th because they did want someone to come and show me how to work the pump as well as administer an IV. I had 4 days of IV fluid included in my prescription. It was still big miscommunications within that. The nurse was told that I was supposed to get 24 milligrams across 24 minutes or something like that. And I had to tell her, no, I'm supposed to get 24 milligrams across 24 hours, which is 1 milligram an hour. But Soleo programs the pump for you. You don't have to program it yourself. It comes programmed with your prescription. However, whoever relayed the prescription to the nurse did not properly tell her what was going on. So yes, at 17 weeks, I am still nauseous, and if I do not utilize Zofran the way that I'm supposed to, I will be throwing up. The water starts to taste funny, and that's also how I know that things are going downhill. They started going downhill today. Water started tasting weird, and I had to add some Mio to my water. And even with the Mio, it still tastes horrible, but it was more palatable than just plain water, because if the water starts tasting funny, I start getting like this thick spit in my mouth, and then I'm gonna throw up. That's situated. I have the pump. The site I have right now is in my arm. I don't know. Let me see if I can fix this up so y'all can see. Oh, this thing is kind of sore. It's in my arm. So this one that I have is the winged needles, and the needle just stays in your arm, like the actual metal piece stays in your arm. I've seen so many where they have a catheter, the removable needle, and the catheter that stays in your arm, and that seems to cause a lot less irritation. But this thing causes some serious irritation around, let's say, the 18-hour mark. It starts to hurt really bad. My skin starts to swell up, get really hot and red, and yeah, I wish I could show you the site that I just had, but it's on my leg. So I will try to remember and show you guys what this looks like when I take it out, so that you can understand what in the world these things look like. And then I have to worry about possible infection because supposedly they're not supposed to be like this. So I did reach out to Soleo and my doctor's office and tell them what was going on, and the doctor's office, said, hey, reach out to Soleo because they're the one who fills the prescription, and we tell them the prescription, but they give you what they have or whatever the case may be. But then with them, it wasn't, oh, we don't have that. It was, oh, that fits within the range to be used for that infusion, but I can't really infuse myself the way that I need to because it causes so much pain. When I tell you pain, I mean pain, and I have a high pain tolerance. So right now I have 5 sites on my body, and they're all swollen and have knots in them, and yeah, it sucks. But I do feel better using the pump. So we hear that I'm still nauseous. That's a symptom. A symptom of pregnancy is constipation. You can get that. You might not get that. However, taking Zofran. My constipation is ridiculous. I am ridiculously constipated. Don't make no sense. Um, as well as yeast infections and bacterial vaginosis. I know TMI, but I'm telling you the tea. I'm giving you the real deal, Holyfield. This baby is rocking my socks. It's like, yo, like, I'm your last one. I'm gonna give you all of it. All of it. So we're here. I get really, really bad heartburn, and I use Tums, the cherry flavor chewy ones. Those are good. So I've never had a Tums in my life before I got pregnant. So if you've never had a Tums, or you need Tums, or whatever, you have heartburn or whatever the case may be, I use that for my heartburn. Back to constipation. I used me some milk of magnesia. It didn't work the way that it worked the first time I used it, because that was the first time I ever used it for constipation. Well, about maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, and that worked good. But this time it didn't work the way that it worked that time, but it did work. It just didn't give me the same effect. It didn't give me that relief that I needed, fully relief, but it worked. I do use the Docosat stool softeners, but those don't work. They don't work no more. The Zofran is killing whatever effects that has it. They don't work. I've been taking my prenatals. It's hit or miss, because my nausea will make me throw all of that back up. The only thing I'm consistent with is my baby aspirin, because it's chewable, or if I have to take a Zofran tablet, because it dissolves. It's like, if I throw it up, it's already gone. Like, it's really not coming back. Those are the main medications that I'm like 100% on top of. I need to go back to using the parallel powder for nausea to get my prenatals in, even though I'm nauseous. And I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm nauseous now. Even with this in, I'm still nauseous, and it's just better than I would be without it. I think that's everything about this pump. It's this thing right here. I haven't really had an issue with it, other than when there's this paddle thing, like this right here. If it lays flat, it'll get air in it, and then I'll have air all in my line. And that sucks, because it'll be a lot of air in the line, and then I have to like stop it and try to get the air back to the top, or like sit here and pay attention to it, so that the air doesn't go throughout my whole entire infusion. So I have a wonderful nurse. She's freaking amazing. When I say she's freaking amazing, I mean she's freaking amazing. She came, she did my IV infusion, my first vein blew. She came back, she did the other one, taught me how to do it, because I told her, like, the IV, I think it's supposed to just stay in, and I'm supposed to do them by myself, because they sent me the information to do it myself, because she was planning on coming here every day for 4 days. And I was like, I can do it myself. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And she, came, made sure I knew how to do everything, set me up, taught me how to troubleshoot an IV line and everything. And then that second one, that vein blew when I tried to set up my IV. Like, I set it up, I did everything she told me to do, but my veins are just very finicky, so they blow. It is what it is. Once the IV stops in my veins, it's you might get it to start back, and you might not. But that one blew, and then she came on her day off and put a new one in my arm for me, because she lives about 10 minutes away, and I had let her know, hey, it blew last night. I wasn't even able to finish that bag. And she came, and she was like, I wish you would have told me last night. I would have came and I would have did it for you. But I was like, it was late. I didn't, want to get you up out your bed and everything like that. But she came the next day and set up a new one. That was my last day. And then I just had to take it out by myself. And it was cool. I take these needles out by myself. So far, I guess the nurse experience is amazing. The prescription experience is cool. The pharmacy experience is trash, because I know what I need, and they're still sending me whatever they want to send me. Like, I told them that I needed the the needle with the catheter, and they were like, oh, well, maybe you need a longer needle. Maybe you need a needle with a smaller gauge. Maybe you need this. I told you what I need. I can feel this needle in my arm. And then when they sent me the needle with the smaller gauge and the longer needle, they sent me series needles, 2 series needles and 6 series needles. And my medication cannot be used in series. So I couldn't even use them. So I opened the package and there were 6 needles with one connection, with one hub. And I'm like, I can't use this. So then my nurse is like, hey, how about, trying to do this, and this, trying to, like, help me to figure it out. But I'm just over it. I was just like, I'm just going to use what I have because I don't want me to put this in my arm or something. And then in the middle of the night, one of these needles open up and stab me, or one of my children get in the bed with me in the middle of the night and one of them needles stab them. I'll be pissed off. So I just used what I had. But I just came on here to, give y'all a quick update of everything that's going on. Soon we're going to be doing our whole big, big family gender reveal because my house, we know what the baby is, but our friends and family don't know. So I feel a little better. I'm not 100%. I've been getting more energy though. I want to go back to the gym so bad. So bad. Hopefully next week this nausea is gone. I'm tired. I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of not being able to just go where I want to go and do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I get having children is like that, but I already have children, but the nausea can make you mental. It can make you crazy. So ladies, if you are also suffering with morning sickness or hyperemesisgravidarum, just know that you're not alone, and I definitely understand. Seek out treatment and advocate for yourselves. Fathers, if you're watching this, boyfriends, baby mamas, whoever, whatever your relationship is to this pregnant person in your life that is going through hyperemesis gravidarum, a lot of vomiting or sickness while they're pregnant, please advocate for them. Please speak up for them. Please help them as much as you can. Be there, provide, not just financial, but mental. Sit down and talk with them. Offer to get them food, offer to make them food, offer to help around the house, offer to take their children off their hands. Do things that need to be done because they, trust me, they want to do it, just can't. Like, my mom was here and I said I was gonna, go through my girls' closets and drawers and everything and take all the old clothes out and prepare for the winter and everything like that. And I'm so sick. She was just like, I got it, whatever, I got it. And she did it. She did it. Then she took them outside so I can sit down and rest and relax without worrying about, oh my God, what has to be done. Yes, I had to figure out dinner, but I ordered in. I ordered food for my family and ordered in. I can't even, the smell of food cooking, I can't do it. So I just want all of you guys to know that it's real and it's hard out here. You have people out here because of hyperemesis gravidarum or just aborting their babies because of hyperemesis gravidarum. It's real. It's not in her head. It is real. We need help and we need support. So just be there and support your person, support them and be there for them. And I guess that's all that I have to say. Right now, I'm just sitting here watching movies or what have you and scratching this dang IV, where I had this IV at is itchy. So I was gonna, watch me some more movies, monitor the site. Hopefully it don't start hurting too bad before I go to sleep. And thank goodness I sleep on my left side right now because I usually sleep on my right. So with all that being said, I will get back with y'all in a later video.